So this was me my first year working out, and this is me now. And while I'd like to say that I've made some noticeable gains,
but what if I told you I could have made even more?
The first 3 months, I made progress strictly from simply starting to go to the gym. And that was already a huge leap for me who spent most of my time watching Corn and playing Fortnite.
After the first 3 months came the real test.
I had to actually figure out what the fuck I was doing, and this is where my progress went downhill. It wasn't until I figured out what exactly I needed to be doing that I really saw the real progress kick in. Year 2 to 3, I'd finally had the confidence to approach a girl for the first time.
See you working out here often. Do you come here often?
No.
Year 3 to 4, I was finally being complimented on my physique after being picked on for it. Year 4 to 5, I finally lost my virginity. I realized I actually needed a game. Not only a decent physique to pull girls, but that's another video. In year 5 to 6,
I realized the only people that mainly compliment you in the gym are dudes, so I went get. But actually, now I'm sitting here making this video for you guys, showing you the most efficient way to progress in the gym, and it all starts with this video. The 3 biggest things I wish I knew before I started lifting, so you don't make them yourself and fuck up your own progress.
Yeah, I got him out, look at his face, he look like Dark Maul. Ringing up my brothers, I'm the one that made them shots call. Getting paid, babe, stay in my hands, I feel like St. Paul. Said he wouldn't tell him, then he did it, that's his fault.
Of course, there's a bunch of other factors like sleep, workout intensity, but nothing beats your diet. Okay, I'm emphasizing this point because a lot of you don't focus on it. You think that just because you work out, you're gonna lose weight or you're gonna gain weight, you're gonna reach your dream physique, but without the proper diet that I'm about to explain, you're not going to see results nearly as much as you want to. So let's start with the skinny kids that want to gain weight, just because I used to be one of them. You have to be in a caloric surplus, aka you have to bulk. You got to eat more calories than your maintenance calories. How do you figure out that number? You download a calorie tracking app like MyFitnessPal, input all your stats. It'll tell you the number of calories you got to eat a day, and you got to track it in the app, input all your foods, and make sure you're eating those calories. If you're skinny and you just work out, you're not dieting, you're not bulking, you're gonna be skinny with more muscle. Skinny with muscle. Skinny with muscle definition. You're gonna look like Josh Richards. But also, you gotta work out, because you're like, okay, well, then why don't I just diet, go into calorie surplus, and not work out? But then there comes a point where you're gonna become skinny fat, or you're just gonna become fat if you take the bulk too far. So you gotta balance out the two. Work out and bulk. And when you were bulking, how do you know when you overdo the bulk? You shouldn't be above 15% body fat. Okay, but it's all, again, trial and error. It's all based on the eye. So when you think you put on enough mass where when you cut, you're gonna look good, you're gonna have enough mass on you, you're not gonna be too skinny, then you can stop the bulk. But a general rule is you don't wanna go above 15% body fat, because that's when you severely start slowing down your progress in the gym. Now let's talk about cutting. Working out is not going to solely make you lose weight. Working out burns on average, I think, around 300 calories per hour. So say you work out for an hour, even 2 hours max a day. If you want to lose weight, it's going to take you years. So we got to combine it with being in a caloric deficit, aka cutting. Okay, same thing. Download the calorie tracking app, figure out the calories. That's how many calories you gotta eat. And again, if you just diet, you don't work out, you're just gonna become skinny without any muscle. And a key thing, regardless of your diet, make sure you are getting your protein in each day. Okay, the protein intake should be around 0.7 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight. I'd say 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for instance, I weigh 190 pounds. I weighed 190 grams 5 years ago, but I weigh 190 pounds right now. So I should be eating at least 190 grams of protein. Okay, protein's gonna be responsible for helping build muscle and helping our muscles recover for our next workout. And a side note, if you're not trying to lose weight or gain weight, but you wanna build muscle, you wanna just look better, you wanna look more fit, you wanna look more muscular, be in a slight caloric surplus, get your protein intake in, a proper workout routine, sleep, recovery, and you should be set. Now we have form. If you do not master your form for every single exercise in every single muscle group that you hit, you will be wasting so much time and valuable progress you could have been making. Not only that, but you're also ruining your joints. And it might not catch up to you a year from now, 2 years from now, but take me, for example, 5 years later, I'm a cripple. Okay, I've limited shoulder mobility, I've limited kneecap mobility, limited elbow mobility. Focus on your form, okay? I promise it will catch up to you. Even if it doesn't ruin your joints, it will. But even if you're not thinking that long-term ahead, you're like, I don't care, man. In 5 years, like, you never know what happens. YOLO, I live life by the day. Okay, live life by the day. You're still slowing down your progress. So I'm gonna give you guys some examples, and the rest you can find online. When you're hitting chest, make sure not to flare out your shoulders, not use them too much. You wanna tuck in your elbows so you're really, really isolating the chest, okay? Back days, you don't wanna pull with your biceps, okay? You want to pull with your elbows, so you're utilizing your back as much as possible. On tricep day, you want to keep your elbows tucked in, not flared. Otherwise, you're gonna fuck them up. It'll probably limit you from doing a lot of other things because it translates. You mess with your elbows doing triceps, you're gonna be out from doing chest. You might even be out from doing back because it's elbow pain, okay? It's used in pretty much every movement besides legs. And a little side note along with form, general rule. Now, of course, this doesn't apply to everyone. Like I said, the first tip I gave was trial and error, figure out what works best for you. In general, if you want to build muscle, the best rep ranges are going to be either 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, or 12 to 15. So the higher rep ranges. It's called hypertrophy style training. And I was going to add this in the 3 things I wish I knew. I low-key did not mess up on this one part. I fucked up on a lot of parts when I started working out, but do your research. Ask questions on the internet and in person from people that you aspire to be and look like, learn from them, and do your research. Any question you have, you're on the internet, bro. But it's 2022, you can look up any question you have on the internet and chances are the answer is there for you. So you wanna look up how to properly do an exercise, go for it. You wanna look up how to properly cut the exact foods or the recommended foods you should be eating. Look it up. You wanna look up best high calorie foods for a bulk to gain weight, look it up. And if you scroll through my channel, a good amount of those videos are already made and hopefully they'll help you out. But research, man, research. Instead of DMing your favorite influencer 3,000 times and asking them, just research it, dude. Now I hope this helped. Everybody's body reacts differently. It's all trial and error. The fitness scene, the gym in general, your progress is all trial and error, okay? Everyone's got different genetics. That's what makes us human. Everyone reacts differently to different stimuli. Although you can argue that there are studies backed by science that show that exercises are more optimal than other exercises and diets are more optimal than other diets. At the end of the day, while they may be true and maybe more optimal for the majority of the population, you never know what works best for you till you try. Have you ever thought why every single bodybuilder, pretty much, or every single professional bodybuilder or influencer has their own workout program, has their own diet? No one's is exactly the same. And that's because they've spent years mastering their craft, figuring out what works best for them, what's most enjoyable and maintainable for them. And that's what they've stuck to, even if on paper, it's not as most optimal. A lot of people on the internet, they tend to criticize people these days saying, oh, that exercise isn't as optimal as that exercise. Like lat pull downs with the bar aren't as optimal as lat pull downs with the cables, kneeling down. And while that may be true, it doesn't matter because everyone's body reacts differently. You're still gonna grow your back, and some people prefer doing that exercise. During your beginner gains, when you're still learning everything about the gym pretty much, stop being so close-minded. Try different training splits. Try push-pull legs for 3 months, then switch over to the Arnold split. See which one you like better. Just because your friend that is absolutely fucking jacked is doing one split or is telling you that one exercise is the best exercise does not mean that it will apply for you. So you don't know till you try. Stop being so close-minded. Take some shrooms. Open up your mind. Don't actually, but be open to trying different things. And now we're gonna give you some notable mentions because I can only fit 3 in here. My 3 biggest ones after my 5 years of lifting that I wish I knew and that would have helped me speed up my progress the most. But there are a lot of other important things that you should be doing and following to maximize your gains. Notable mention number 1, you will never look like your favorite fitness influencer. In fact, you might actually look better, but it's not possible to look exactly like someone else, okay? We already talked about at the start of the video, everyone's got different genetics. That's what makes us human. So stop comparing yourself to all these people online and getting upset about it. Use it as motivation, okay? But do not compare yourself to them. Notable mention number 2, don't let others influence your training, okay? Your buddies are telling you, no, you shouldn't be doing bicep curls. That's not the most effective way to grow your biceps. Okay, well, maybe it isn't for them. Maybe it works for you. Everyone's different. Number 3, supplements are not mandatory, okay? Your mom's not letting you buy creatine or pre-workout. workout, she views it in the same category as heroin. Well, like a lot of parents, I don't understand why, but it's not the end of the world, man. You steal her credit card, you go to your local GNC and you buy it. But the supplements are called supplements for a reason, okay? You can supplement it with your workout and it'll help speed up the progress, but they're not mandatory. Just with a good diet, good recovery, and a good workout routine and intensity, you can see great progress. And if you are gonna buy supplements, my 3 recommended supplements are protein powder, creatine, and pre-workout in that order. Protein powder and creatine, my 2 musts, I believe so. And pre-workout, but a lot of people enjoy it. Get your 8 hours of sleep a day. Recovery is super important. It's just as important as your workouts. So don't fucking work your ass off only to sleep for 5 hours a day because you're wasting your time. Progress pictures, take progress pictures, okay? Something to look back on. And if you want to make content in the future, it's something that you're gonna wish you did. And it's just for the memories, man. So take more progress pictures. Progressive overload, okay? How do you build muscle? Yeah, you have your rep ranges, 6 to 8, 8 to 12. You have your workout routines, recovery, blah, blah, blah. But you gotta be going up in weight every single week. Every single week, you are either using heavier weight for the exercises with the same rep ranges, or you're using the same weight and increasing the rep range. So you're constantly increasing the intensity of your workouts. Oh, my last notable mention that I forgot to add, guys. How do I get motivated to keep going to the gym? Like, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks. I'm not seeing progress. I'm not motivated. So my biggest piece of advice is to go for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Have your diet on point. Try to have everything on point, as hard as it may be, and as not motivated as you may be. And once you start seeing those changes in the mirror, once you start seeing the progress, you are going to become addicted. You ever played Pokemon? If you ever, I know you got a bunch of you guys, kids my age, played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those games. It's literally like leveling yourself up in real life. It's like you got, remember the dopamine rush you had when you leveled up a video game character? But you are the video game character. So fucking take control of your life. Go hit the gym. Go start hitting the gym. If you haven't already, be patient. Give it a chance. Wait till you have progress, and you're gonna fall in love.
Yeah, I got him out, look at his face, he look like Dark Maul. Ringing up my brothers, I'm the one that made them shots call. Getting paid, stay in my hands, I feel like St. Paul. Said he wouldn't tell, and then he did.